You're trying to visit a website, and instead of the page you were expecting, Chrome shows you a 403 forbidden error. It's one of those messages that feels oddly accusatory, like the internet is personally telling you that you're not welcome. But in most cases, the 403 error isn't about you being banned or blocked. It's a communication between your browser and the web server, and it almost always has a fixable cause. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what a 403 error means, why it happens, and how to fix it, both from the browser side and, if you're a website owner, from the server side as well. A 403 forbidden error means the server understood your request just fine, but it's refusing to fulfill it. Unlike a 404 error where the page simply doesn't exist, a 403 means the page or resource exists, but the server is actively choosing not to give it to you. This can happen for a number of reasons. You might not have permission to access that specific resource, your IP address might be blocked, there might be a problem with how the website's files are configured, or something on your end, like a browser extension or a corrupted cookie, might be making your request look suspicious to the server. Let's start with the simplest fixes on the browser side. The first thing to try is just refreshing the page with Ctrl+R or F5. Sometimes 403 errors are temporary, caused by a brief configuration issue on the server that resolves itself within seconds. If a basic refresh doesn't help, try a hard refresh with Ctrl+Shift+R, which forces Chrome to completely ignore cache data and reload everything fresh from the server. Speaking of cache, a corrupted cache or problematic cookies are a surprisingly common cause of 403 errors, especially if a website was working fine before and started throwing this error recently. To clear them in Chrome, press Ctrl+Shift+Delete. In the window that appears, set the time range to all time, make sure both cookies and other site data and cached images and files are checked, and click Clear Data. After clearing, close and reopen Chrome and try the website again. This alone fixes the 403 error for a lot of users. Browser extensions are another thing worth investigating. Extensions that modify network requests like ad blockers, VPN extensions, privacy tools, or script blockers can sometimes alter the headers sent with your requests in a way that makes the server deny access. To test whether an extension is the problem, open a new Chrome window in incognito mode using Ctrl+Shift+N. By default, most extensions are disabled in incognito. If the website loads without a 403 error in incognito, an extension is your culprit. Go to Chrome's extension settings by typing chrome://extensions in the address bar and start disabling extensions one by one to find which one is causing the issue. If you're using a VPN, either a standalone app or a browser extension, try turning it off and accessing the site directly. Many websites and servers block IP ranges associated with known VPN providers as a security measure, and your VPN exit node might be on one of those block lists. This is an especially common cause of 403 errors on banking websites, streaming platforms, and sites that restrict access by region. Another thing that can cause a 403 in Chrome specifically is an incorrect system clock. Some websites use time-sensitive security certificates and checks. If your computer's clock is significantly off, even by a few hours, the security handshake can fail in ways that result in access errors. Check your system time by clicking the clock in the bottom right corner of your taskbar. If it's wrong, right-click it, select Adjust Date and Time, and turn on Set Time Automatically. If you're the website owner or developer and your visitors are seeing 403 errors on your site, the cause is almost certainly on the server side. The most common reason is incorrect file or folder permissions. Web server files need to have specific permission settings to be accessible. For most web hosting environments, files should be set to 644 permissions and folders should be set to 755. If these get changed, sometimes by an FTP upload or a plugin installation, the server will refuse access. You can check and change permissions through your hosting control panel's file manager or via FTP using a client like FileZilla. Right-click on the file or folder, look for File Permissions or chmod, and set the correct values. Another server-side cause is a missing index file. When someone visits a directory on your website, like yoursite.com/images, and there's no index.html or index.php file in that folder, some server configurations will return a 403 instead of showing the folder contents. Adding a blank index.html file to the folder resolves this immediately. If your site runs on WordPress and your visitors are seeing 403 errors, the htaccess file is often the problem. This is a configuration file that controls how Apache handles requests, and it's easy for it to get corrupted or misconfigured by a plugin or theme. To fix it, log into your WordPress dashboard, go to Settings, then Permalinks, and just click Save Changes without changing anything. This regenerates a fresh htaccess file with the correct default rules. If you can't access your WordPress dashboard because of the 403 error, you'll need to access the htaccess file directly via FTP or your hosting file manager and either delete it or replace it with a clean version. For users who believe their IP address has been blocked by a specific website, perhaps because of too many login attempts or a security scan the site detected, the most straightforward solution is to contact the website support team and explain the situation. Many sites have automated blocking systems that flag IPs based on behavior patterns, and a quick support ticket is usually enough to get yourself unblocked. To summarize the key fixes, start with a hard refresh and then clear your Chrome cache and cookies. Test the site in incognito mode to rule out extension conflicts, disable your VPN if you have one running, check your system clock is accurate. If you own the site, verify file permissions are set correctly, make sure index files exist in directories, and regenerate your htaccess file if you're on WordPress. 403 errors look intimidating, but they're almost always fixable with one of these steps. If this video helped you out, please like and subscribe. It helps me keep making these guides. Drop a comment below with your specific situation if you're still stuck, and I'll do my best to help. See you in the next one.